Hi Tech family, welcome back to another episode of the day. In this video, we are going to look at how to use Packet Tracer. We'll go through Packet Tracer, how to navigate around Packet Tracer, how you can have your labs done with Packet Tracer. You know, if you're preparing for CompTIA N+, this is the right place to be. So please stay to the end of this video because it's going to be fun. I'm going to teach you how to use Packet. Welcome guys to my screen. So as I introduced, we are going to look at how to use Packet Tracer, how to navigate around Packet Tracer. So first thing you have to do is you need to download your Packet Tracer. If your Packet Tracer is downloaded and installed, so we are now going to run the Packet Tracer. But please, before you run the Packet Tracer, you make sure your laptop or desktop is not connected to the internet, because if you are connected to the internet, the moment you try running Packet Tracer, it will ask you to log in like on the Cisco platform. So if you are connected, you just come and disconnect your device from the internet, and then you go and look for your Packet Tracer. This is my Packet Tracer, but I will look for it in my program. I will just scroll down, and this is my Packet Tracer. So I'm going to run my Packet Tracer. Just hold on for some seconds, it will come. Okay, so the Packet Tracer is running. Packet Tracer is running. It will just finish right now. Alright, so this is my interface. This is my Packet Tracer's interface. So what I'm going to introduce over here is that when you look at this interface, we have the top section, you have your working space here, and then we have the down section. So the top section, what do we have? We have this option. If you want to create a new project, here is if you want to open an existing project. Here is if you want to save your project, because the moment you start working, you have your design over here, you need to save the project in case you would like to reuse it. You can just go and open an existing project instead of doing it from scratch again. And this is the printing side, which we are not going to use. And okay, let's move to this section. This is undo, redo. This is the zoom in, the zoom out, and then reset the zoom in. Okay, so this is your normal mouse that you are using. As you can see, my mouse is normal, so I can use it. This is if you want to delete something, you change your mouse from here, and when you are done deleting, you have to send it back to the initial state. This is the note. If you want to add note to your diagram, write something, you just click on it and you bring it here. You can type anything you want. Yeah, when you are done, you just go back to this side and then delete it. Just delete. Yeah, see, it will prompt me and I'll validate. The thing is gone. I'll just go back to the normal mouse. Yeah, so what do I have? This, if you want to draw the line, this is about just drawing. Let's say you have your topology set and you want to separate the lines or the different networks that you have by drawing something. This is rectangular and this is the circle that you can use. And these are some of the sample of PDU or messages that you can use to illustrate in your labs. So this is the top section. We are done with the top section. This is your working space, as I said. And we have the down section. What do we have over here? So the first section being selected is about what network devices. And this section has a subsection, which is what a router being selected by default. So when you're looking for network devices, you come here. When you select it, by default, it selects the router and it displays all the routers that you have. So these are the serial numbers that exist in Packet Tracer. So if you want to use any of these router, what you do, you just click on it and then bring it to your working space, or you drag and drop. It works the same thing. Yeah. So now if I want to delete it, what I'm going to do is I will just come here, I will select it first, and then I'll come and select the one I want to delete. Then if I want to do multiple deletion, let's say I want to delete multiple items at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'll just select the items first, okay, and then I'll go and select the deleting button, and then it will prompt me. I'll just validate, it's gone. And you see how my mouse looks like right now. I have to go back and change it. Yeah, so this is where you get your network devices, especially routers. This is where you're going to get them. And then if you want the switches, you move to the second subsection, which is about the switches. And here you have all types of switches. Take note of something. The switch, the 560 and 3650 are layer 3 switches. Okay, so they are different from the layer 2 switches. For instance, let me bring them on your working space so that you see how they look like. You see the difference? Yeah. So this is the layer 3 switch and this is the layer 2 switch. It means this can operate as a router as well if you wish, but this one only do the switching, so it can only operate in layer 2. And we move, there's a bridge over here. We all know that the bridge operates as a switch because it reads the MAC address as the switch. And we move to the third subsection, which is about so this is about apps, but we are not going to use app because we all know that the apps are not able to read our MAC addresses. So if they're not able to read MAC address, we are not going to use them. I mean, they're useless in a way. Yeah, because we need something that can deliver messages to the right destination than having a device which broadcasts the communication. And we move to the other section, which is the wireless devices. Yeah. So if you want to implement a BSS, which is the basic service set, you just come and pick any wireless device that you have over here. And when you look at these devices, we can see this is the wireless controller. Yes, wireless LAN controller. This is mainly used when you want to control multiple access points at the same time. So we use this particular device, and we have many other network devices, access network, wireless network devices that you can use. So you just select one. Let's say I want something like this, the home router. Just bring it here and then you configure it. You have your LAN set up with this access point. And we have the following section is the security device. This is about the firewalls. If you want to use them, you just select it and then you start configuring it. You configure it according to what you want to get, according to the requirements, whatever you want to achieve, you implement your configuration, and believe me, it's gonna work. And we have the WAN emulation over here. If you want to also use the WAN emulation, like if you want to bring multiple LANs connected distantly together and you want to emulate them through a cloud, you can just come over here and then bring the WAN emulation. That works perfectly. And when we are done with the network devices, we now move to end devices. So if you want to get end device, you come here and you can see it displays all the end devices that exist. And by default, it selects where we have our PCs, laptops, servers, printer, and so on. So you see this is what is selected by default. And we have all our end devices over here: printer, telephone, TV, tablet, and so on. So whichever you want to use, especially when you are doing let's say wireless LAN, we want to set up, we just come here and then look for your mobile phone, or let's say tablet, you bring the tablet here. So when you connect, if the configuration is well done, you see this device, you can see it has automatically synchronized with your AP. So this is how it looks like if you want to set up a wireless LAN. So this kind of set is called the BSS, basic service set. So when we're done with this one, we'll move to the other subsection where we have the home gadgets. So these are the home gadgets, smart city and stuff. But in our program, we are no longer going to use this one. We just limit ourselves in the end devices. So if you are done with the end device, we'll move to cables, because you cannot have the physical devices like put in place without having the wide side. So you need to connect those devices, and this is where we have all our cables. So what are the different cables that we have? We have the console cable. The console cable is used for management purposes. For instance, when you look at the switch over here, the switch has some ports that we call console ports, and we have the console port and auxiliary ports. The two ports are management ports. So you are not going to use those ports for let's say for your Ethernet connection. It's not going to work because they are not meant for that. They are meant for management purpose. So you use the console cable to connect through a console or an auxiliary. So this is the console port cable. and this is the copper straight cable. This is the cross cable. This is the fiber. This is the phone, and then this is the serial. So in our labs, we'll mostly be using the cross straight, and the serial cable. Okay, and maybe I'll also show you how to connect. Maybe I will show you how to connect to a network device using a console cable from an administration post. I will show you how it's done with packet tracer. Though it is just a simulator, but then it's always important to know how it is done. So basically, this is where we have all the cables, and anytime you are in need of a cable, what you do is you just pick up the cable. Let's say I want to pick up the crossover cable. You go to the device, you click, and it displays all the interfaces that exist on the device. And as I was telling you, this is the console cable, and it is a management cable. I can't connect this crossover cable into this one. It's not going to work. So I have to connect to other interfaces like the Giga Ethernet that I have. And then if I select the first one, and then I'll just drag it to the second device. And I also have the devices over here. I can see this is the console ports, and I have other ports that are listed. I'll just connect to any of the ports, but the preference is the Giga port, so that the link will now be the Giga Ethernet link. So I will connect. You can see my two interfaces appears over here. So now the link is down because I've not done any configuration. If I'm doing configuration, you see I will enable these interfaces, and then the link will be up and running. Yeah, so actually this is how you use your packet tracer. We'll have labs where we do the basic configuration, how to assign IP addresses to routers, how to do the basic configuration, all those that. So if you want to discover the upcoming video, please stay until the end, because it's gonna be fun. You're going to like whatever we are going to do throughout this journey.